Snowflake alternatives. If you're a startup looking at data warehouses, you've probably seen Snowflake come up everywhere. But you've also seen the horror stories. Unpredictable bills, costs way higher than expected, and a perceived lack of ROI. So, what are your options? In this video, I'm going to break down the three biggest Snowflake alternatives: Google BigQuery, Amazon Redshift, and Databricks. I'll cover what each one does well, where they fall short, and what they actually cost. And at the end, I'll show you an option that makes a lot more sense if you're a startup. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about why people look at Snowflake alternatives in the first place. Snowflake is a genuinely powerful tool. It separates storage and compute, scales automatically, and handles complex queries well. But the pricing is consumption-based, and that can get unpredictable fast. Companies routinely see bills 200 to 300% higher than they expected. Instacart, for example, reportedly spent over $50 million a year on Snowflake. For a startup, that unpredictability is a real problem. Snowflake has extended beyond data warehousing with Snowpark, Cortex for AI, and ML capabilities. But their core strength is still SQL analytics. So let's look at the alternatives. First up, Google BigQuery. BigQuery is a Google serverless data warehouse. The big selling point is zero infrastructure management. BigQuery uses a pay-per-query model. You pay for the data you scan, not for the compute. For ad hoc analysis and variable workloads, this can save a lot of money. But if you're running a lot of queries, costs add up fast. Where does BigQuery shine? If you're already on Google Cloud, the integration is seamless. It handles petabyte-scale data, supports real-time streaming, and has built-in machine learning features. And in addition to their data warehouse, BigQuery has added BigQuery ML for training models with SQL, Vertex AI integration, and Dataform for transformations. But you're still locked into Google Cloud. BigQuery Omni offers some cross-cloud querying, but it's still limited. Next, the tried and true, old faithful Amazon Redshift. Redshift is AWS's data warehouse, and it's been around since 2013. It uses a cluster-based architecture with columnar storage, and it's optimized for analytical queries. The advantage of Redshift: if you're an AWS shop, everything integrates. S3, Lambda, Glue, SageMaker, it's all connected. And Redshift Serverless now offers pay-per-use options similar to BigQuery. Additionally, the pricing model is more predictable than Snowflake if you use reserved instances. You commit to capacity upfront and get a discount. And for steady workloads, that can be cheaper. Redshift has added Redshift ML for SageMaker integrations, Spectrum for querying S3 directly, and Serverless for pay-per-use. But for the most part, it's still AWS only, and doesn't have a lot of multi-cloud flexibility. And third, we have Databricks. Databricks is different than the others. It's not a traditional data warehouse. It's a data lakehouse. It combines the flexibility of a data lake with the performance of a data warehouse. Databricks runs on Apache Spark and supports structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. If you're doing heavy machine learning or data engineering, Databricks is built for that. It's also truly multi-cloud. Databricks runs on AWS, Azure, and GCP. You're not locked into one provider. But the downside? It's complex. It's designed for data engineers and data scientists, not necessarily analysts. And there's a steep learning curve. And the price can get expensive fast. Many companies spend between $50,000 and $200,000 or more annually, even for moderate usage. So, let's compare them. Snowflake. It's great for SQL analytics, unpredictable pricing, and works across clouds. BigQuery. It's serverless, pay-per-query, but it's Google Cloud only. Redshift. It's AWS native, predictable pricing with reserved capacity. And Databricks. It has lakehouse architecture, best for ML and data engineering, and it works everywhere. It's great if you have data engineers, it's overkill if you don't. But here's the real problem. All four of these platforms have expanded their capabilities. Snowflake has Cortex, BigQuery has BigQuery ML, Redshift has Spectrum and ML, Databricks has a full lakehouse, and they're all trying to become complete platforms. But in practice, most companies still need to bolt on additional tools. ETL with Fivetran or Airbyte, transformations with dbt or Dataform, visualization tools or BI like Looker, Tableau, Power BI, etc. The native capabilities exist in these data warehouses, but they're often not as mature or integrated as the specialized tools. So that's 4 or 5 different products, 4 or 5 different bills, and probably a data engineer just to keep everything running. And for most startups, that's massive overkill. So the total cost of a stack with Snowflake or BigQuery or Redshift is easily around $5,000 to $25,000 a month, and it takes weeks or months to set up properly. And if you're a startup, you probably don't need any of these. So let's look at Definite. Definite is an all-in-one data platform. Data warehouse, ETL, transformations, semantic layer, dashboards, and an AI assistant. It's one platform in one bill. Fantastic for startups. You sign up, connect your data sources, and you're analyzing data in under 30 minutes. No Fivetran, no dbt, and no data engineering necessary. Let me show you how it works.
Once you sign into the product, the first thing you'll do is connect your data sources. Definite has over 500 pre-built data connectors for all the tools that you use on a daily basis, from payment platforms like Stripe to CRMs like HubSpot and Addio, customer success tools, HR platforms, you name it. And once you've connected your data sources, you'll create a new doc or a dashboard, and you'll immediately start talking to our AI agent, Fee. And you can ask Fee anything related to your data, such as, what's our ARR by month? Build me a dashboard. Immediately, Fee will find the data that best answers this question. And in the background, before we even ask this question, Fee immediately built data models and organized the data to best assist us. For example, it created a data model for HubSpot emails. Additionally, it created a data model for Stripe prices and Stripe invoices. And going back to the question we asked Fee found that the best data to answer this question was within our Stripe data, and now it's going to go through it and build a comprehensive dashboard. And there we have it. Fee answered the question, built a dashboard, and additionally, you're able to customize everything that Fee creates. You can review the underlying SQL, or you can change the design of the charts, etc.
So, when should you use the enterprise options like Snowflake, BigQuery, Redshift, or Databricks? These make sense when you have petabytes of data, complex ML workloads, or a dedicated data engineering team. Choose BigQuery if you're on Google Cloud and want serverless. Choose Redshift if you're on AWS and want predictable costs. And choose Databricks if you're doing serious machine learning. But if you're a startup that needs analytics now without hiring a data team and you want something lean, start simple, get value fast, and try Definite. After all, you can always migrate later if you need enterprise scale. So please check out Definite. You'll be set up in under 30 minutes, and you'll go from zero to unified analytics this afternoon.